Welcome to Momivate Momversations on Win-Win Women platform, where we women gather to care, connect, and collaborate. Truly a win-win for us all. I'm your hostess, Reagan Barnes, mom of 8, and founder of a nonprofit organization, Momivate. We empower you to elevate your mothering experience. Joining us today is health and wellness coach Inez Bracy. And you, Mom, you are joining us, and we are so glad to have you both, Inez, and you too. We welcome you into the Mom of 8 community, or Mom Unity, as we like to say. We are moms united in our passion to create a better world. Join us and become a Mom Unity member. It's free on our website, momivate.org. And together, we'll constructively evolve motherhood into the 21st century, meeting the needs of our children while elevating our mothering experiences. Here at Momivate, we answer the question, what do moms do? With this uplifting statement, moms raise up society. That's right, not just our own kids, but all of society, including ourselves. This acronym is jam-packed with the far-reaching impact of intentional mothers who strive to improve and progress in these areas of motherhood. We're not just chauffeurs and short-order cooks. As we take on the repetitive, loving work that shapes our children, it shapes us too. And it makes an impact that goes beyond our homes, because as moms, we are uniquely positioned to influence society one-on-one. Today, with our special guest Inez, we're going to focus on the energy category of this acronym, which covers eating, exercise, and sleep habits, which not only affect us physically, but also emotionally. Inez is the perfect person to be our guest for this episode. She loves to travel. And while traveling abroad, Inez discovered that most people are more similar than dissimilar. Most want to live well, free, joyful, and healthy, and just experience love. Inez is an expert weight loss coach, and she partners with seniors and business owners to create their lifestyle of healthy living mentally, physically, and spiritually, using the tools of sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Now, working with Inez, clients discover new, different ways of sleeping, exercising, eating, and socializing to support them in living their best, healthy, fulfilled lives. So here she is to share practical, easy strategies focused on making simple changes to better health. So what is your platinum standard for health?
My platinum standard for health. Thank you so much, Reagan, for having me on the show. It's such a thrill to be here. To even talk about mommy, being a mom.
Yes.
It's I don't have any children. I have nieces, nephews, and I am a retired school teacher.
Oh,
so I have thousands of children in essence.
That's right.
The platinum is just amazing because it's a trifecta of health: sleep, exercise, and nutrition. When you have that triangle and you put sleep as number one, I put sleep as number one because when you sleep, your body gets the opportunity to rebuild, create new cells, release toxins, allow yourself to just be in the energy of knowing it's okay. And when we are sleeping, the first thing we get to do is prepare for the bed. Get the best mattress that you can afford. And when you go shopping for a mattress, be sure to lay on the mattress. Don't just stand there and look at it. It looks pretty, but you need to know how it feels to you. So when you shop for the mattress, go more than one time. Go morning, noon, and evening. That way you will know when you lay on the right mattress that fits you. You take that
Okay.
mattress home and it's amazing what happens. You get to sleep well that night for the first time probably in many years. I have a friend who thought her mattress, she never thought it was a mattress, and she always complained about her back. So she decided to have a walk-in tub put in so she could have all of that. And she discovered after going to visit somebody who had a good mattress, that all it was her mattress. Think about that. Do the mattress thing first.
Wow. That is a big thing to think about, is how many other changes are you making, but not the mattress. And maybe that's what it could be.
Yeah. And then of course, with the exercise, I always work with my clients and suggest to them that choose an exercise that you know you will do. I don't care what it is, as long as you're moving your body at least 30 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week. And when you do that, it really does cause your energy to flow. It makes your mind clear. It gives you, sometimes just laughing out loud, and many of my clients decide to walk. So one of their assignments is when you go for your 30-minute walk, be sure to find at least 3 things of beauty on your walk. See, so many folk have gotten into the habit of seeing all the negative things and going down that negative path. But why would I want to do that to myself while I'm walking? So I always look for at least 3 things, and I find many, many more. And I enjoy that. You don't really need to have earbuds in. Be in nature when you're in nature, sucking it all in so that you can enjoy it. And you can teach this to your children as well, because they really mimic what you do. Notice that if you haven't been noticing it. When you want to go for a walk, they want to go for a walk. When you get up, they get up. Children are just mini yous for a while until they become teenagers. So that's the exercise, yeah.
Right, yeah, and hopefully they'll still keep those, what's the saying, if you train up a child while they're young, then when they are old, they'll keep to those habits, you know? So there might be a time frame in between there when they're not keeping. Definitely. I experienced that with my nieces and nephews and grandnieces and nephews. So I just let them be, because I know they will come back to normal. When they reach like 2022, they start getting their sense back. And that's beautiful to see. So we talked about sleep, we talked about exercise. Now the last part of the triangle for this is all about nutrition. Back in the 70s, we came out with fast food, McDonald's. Or was it 60s? It's been around for quite a while. And McDonald's spurned all the rest of them. It was the blueprint for many others to create these fast food restaurants. And in the beginning, much of the food was fast, but it was nutritious. It was actual food. Now I would ask you to really research what you're putting in your body when you go to these places. And is it something that you really want to do? And you do have alternatives. An alternative would be to concentrate on fruits and veggies, fresh fruits and veggies. The dried fruits contain a lot more sugar than the fresh fruit, because all the sugar becomes in it as dried sugar. So you want to pay attention to that. Now, this is a perfect time, because it's summer here. It's a perfect time to just veg out on fruits, because it's melon and cherries and plums and peaches, everything that you desire. The best thing you can do is to feed yourself and your children that. And children get in the habit of wanting it once you start. So when you get started, be ready to continue giving your child the very best fruits and veggies that you can give them. If you have a farmer's market nearby, get to know the farmers, because the farmers will tell you what they put on their crops as they're growing. And if they are using heavy pesticides, that might be something that's going on. You also get to, when you get them home, you can rinse them off with vinegar and water. Just 1 part vinegar and 10 parts water. And that helps to get the pesticides off. And you want to do that anyway, because you want to make sure that what you put into your body is as clean as it can possibly be.
It's amazing what we do when we decide to get healthy and stay healthy, just by using those three things.
Sleep, exercise, and nutrition.
Mhm.
So, how did you get started into health and wellness?
I've always been healthy. And for some reason, after I hit 65, I think, because I'm 74 now. So after I hit 65, I started to gain weight. And I didn't notice it at first until I have this favorite white skirt, and it was summertime, and I put my skirt on, and I looked when I turned in the mirror, and I grew up in North Carolina in the South. So we said hiced up in the back. So the skirt was all hiced up. So I tried to pull it down, but it wouldn't budge. So that's when I realized, I need to do something. So I started on first of all, I watched the movie, What the Health. And when I watched that movie, I got really clear on what I wanted to put in my body. So I became vegan at that time, and I still am. So eating fruits, veggies, all plant-based, it was amazing. And I dropped 40 pounds.
Wow.
And now I knew I was heavy. I didn't know I was fat, but I knew I was heavy because I stopped getting on the scale because the scale kept going up. And when I would walk, my thighs would stick together, wouldn't hardly move. My wrists had gotten bigger and all of that. So I dropped 40 pounds, and it was time for my wellness checkup. So I went in for my wellness checkup. I'm so excited. I'm down with my 40 pounds. And when we finished, my doctor went out of the room so that I could get dressed, and she came back in. And I had this strange look on my face because she had left a chart where I could see it. And on the chart, it said obese. I'm like, no, I'm down 40 pounds. There's no way I can be obese.
Wow.
But that's what was on it. So then I really got really strict with myself, making sure that I drink water all the time, making sure that I only eat up until 7 o'clock at the latest. And during the day, I do the intermittent fasting kind of thing, 4 hours and 4 hours like that. And of course, with my whole food concentrates, my Juice Plus, I use everything that we have. And a part of that is having complete shakes. And doing the complete shakes, I do 2 of those a day, or I do one Perform. A Perform is the 26 grams of protein that's new for Juice Plus, but it's really good if you work out. And I go to the studio 5 days a week for 50 minutes and exercise.
Oh.
So now she can no longer write obese on my chart.
That's right. So that is a great personal story of a transformation for you. Now, what drives your passion in helping others get healthy and stay healthy?
Wow, that is a great question, Reagan, because I know that when we are healthy, we live better lives because we have the energy to move. And what I see so often when I go into stores, I'm out, I see people a whole lot younger than I riding in those, what do you call it, the electric carts.
Yeah.
They can't walk. And it's so easy when you make it easy. And it's hard if you make it hard. I am passionate because I know the joy, the exquisite bliss, the splendor that I enjoy because I am healthy. And I want to see that for everybody else.
I love that. And that is, I think, an enthusiasm that we all need to be able to adopt. And it helps when we know somebody who's got that enthusiasm as part of it and can kind of help that be contagious to us. Now, here at Momivate, we encourage moms and their children through certain principles that we use. We have one we call body and soul. And this is the idea that no matter what body you have, it is an amazing mechanism that allows you to function. And it is the home to your soul. So treating it well allows opportunities for your mind and spirit to sync with your body in harmony and create increased energy flow. Do you have any insights about that particular principle that you like to teach?
Absolutely. And I'm going to start with body. Body image is so amazing. How we feel about ourselves is how we show up in the world. And no matter what size you are, you could have obese or morbidly obese on your chart. You can do something about it if you decide to do something about it. This body shaming that's going on around the globe now needs to cease and desist immediately. So no matter what other people are saying about your body, you love every little inch of it, every little centimeter of it, because that is your body. And as you love up on those love handles and all of that, the more you love it, the easier it is to release it. Because when you release things, I don't like to talk about losing weight, because when you lose something, you usually go back to look for it. I ain't going back to look for none of that I took off.
Right.
So you get to release that. And as you are releasing it, start loving up on it, let it go. And as you're letting this weight go, you start to feel better and better about yourself. But sometimes we allow others' opinions of us to stop us from being the person we know ourselves to be. That's because somebody that you respect told you who you could be or what you could do. And it never sat well with you. Often I have found in working with my clients, they put on weight because they are not being themselves. So they use it as a comfort. They have ice cream and everything else that they want, never realizing that all they get to do is learn how to release that attachment to what somebody else told you. So now you can be yourself. And once that attachment to it is released, it's almost like every step you take, you're dropping a pound. It's like, boom, boom. It's amazing. I just love it. I absolutely love it. So when I talk about go ahead.
Yeah, that psychological aspect to it. Yeah, I think can't be ignored.
Yeah. Then the other part about the soul, let me tell you something about the soul. We come to this planet as a spiritual being with a soul that is our connection to our God self. And because it is that connection to our God self, we get to embrace it so intimately that it guides us in our decisions, in our life, and everything that we're doing, if we allow it. Many times we've been taught to do otherwise, look outside of ourselves for whatever. The seeking that they speak of is about seeking from inside. We take it to be, we got to go seeking across the world for our satisfaction, when it's up to us to give ourselves satisfaction. So one of the things that I would suggest is, with your children, teach them by example. Mommy's going to go meditate. Teach them how to meditate. Depending on the age, they can do 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They know when you go into the room to meditate, when you come out, you're calmer and life is so much better, because I can tell you right now, your energy feeds whatever is going on in the house. So pay attention to your energy. And when you find yourself off center, do whatever it takes to get back to it.
I love that. Yeah, and meditation can be one of those tools to get centered again. And then the idea of letting our children know what it is we're doing so that they can build that tool into their lives as well. That's great. Another principle that we teach here is to nourish, which I think is a beautiful word. It might indicate developing energy that can meet the demands of life. And we want to conscientiously choose activities, food, messages, and other things that fill our wells with water, and prepare us appropriately for whatever's ahead, and that choice of what we are inputting and how we nourish ourselves. Do you have any thoughts on that principle?
I love that principle because nourishing is not only about eating or drinking water. Nourishing is giving yourself permission to love yourself so much just over the top intimately that you pour all good thoughts into your body. You have your mind geared for good things to happen, positive things to happen. When you do that, that's what you only will see the positive for the most part. It will also attract to you others who are in the same energetic vibration. See, everything is energy, and energy is always moving. Because energy is always moving, what energy are you pouring into yourself? Are you focused on all of the news media with everything negative that happens? Or are you deciding, I'm going to watch another channel or just turn off the TV? For years, I didn't even have a TV.
Yeah.
And when something would happen, if something bad happened, my phone would be jumping off to, did you hear? I didn't need a TV because somebody was going to tell me.
Right.
Whenever you decide that you're only going to allow those things that support you and nourishing yourself, your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, then you will allow that to happen. Now, sometimes some friend will come up and drop something on you. It's like, did they really do that to me? So what you get to do with that is start releasing it. Have a process that you can release all that stuff that they just dropped on you. It's almost like you just scrubbed your kitchen floor and somebody came and dropped their trash on it. So you're going to clean it up. And as you're cleaning up that energy, just breathe in deeply, let it go. And as you're letting it go, send it back out to the universe because you don't want to own that. Because everything that we see, taste, touch, feel, whatever becomes a part of us. And the different organs in our body, they are affected by different energies that come in. So what you get to do and what I get to do if we choose is to acknowledge it, recognize it for what it is, and let it go. It's not supporting you, it's not supporting anybody. So let it go.
That's great. Now, as a health and wellness coach, will you kind of describe for us how you work with your clients?
I love that question. I have my own proprietary process because I'm trained in so many different modalities. So I just use what comes for this particular client. And in working with them, the first thing that I ask them and talk to them about is willingness and not being willing. Because if you're not willing to do the process, you're wasting your money and you're wasting my time. When you are willing to do the process, that's the first step. And I work with getting your mind ready because even though it's one simple change at a time, for somebody to hold one change for 4 weeks can be as difficult or as easy as they want it to be. So I get their mind ready for, this is ease and grace. It's like a well-oiled machine. So I can do this for 4 weeks. Now it has become a habit. So the next 4 weeks, you add something else to that one more thing. See, a lot of people like to try to jump in and do everything at the same time. That doesn't work. Because now you get overwhelmed. It's not about counting calories. It's about being mindful of what we choose to eat and when we choose to eat, when we choose to go to bed, all of that.
Yeah. Do you meet with them once a week or how often are you interacting with your clients?
Once a week. It's either virtual or in person. And they get so excited when they start on it and knowing that they said, okay, I'm willing, I got to do this because I'm going to be talking to Inez in a week. So when you do that, that makes the excitement and the joy so palpable that you are just excited. And whenever you start sticking to something, it builds your confidence. I can do this. If I can do this, then I can do something else that I desire. That gives them a pattern, a blueprint that they can use just by being willing to stick to it.
Now, Inez, I agree with you that can build the confidence. So how do we manage when we don't stick to something? What do we do in that case?
When we don't stick to something, we have a conversation about it to find out what was the cause of getting off track. You're willing to do it. So what did you allow into your space? So we have to guard our space. What did you allow into your space that derailed you for a day, two, whatever? Let's get back on it now. Can always start today.
I like that. That's great. So what are some of the results that your clients can expect as they work with you?
Oh, wow. They can expect that their energy is going to just get more energetic. They're going to have more peaceful sleep. They're going to have exciting times in their life because they now know how to create them. Exciting times doesn't mean you got to go out, because one thing my clients agree to do and willing to do is have a celebration every day.
Oh,
whatever it is, it could be have a cup of tea, it could have a walk, it could be buy you a flower. I don't care what it is. It's your celebration. And you create the celebration to feed you. And as you're feeding you, oh man, it gets better and better and better.
That's fantastic. I love it. Well, awesome. I have here on my slides that you have offered for our guests to come to your website, Inez Bracy, INEZBRACY.com. And you will just let everybody who comes sign up there for a complimentary 30-minute coaching session that will have the opportunity to work with you directly for those 30 minutes and get some of your enthusiasm and some of your tips and tricks and ideas of how they can sleep better, be more energetic, have better digestion, and move better. So I want to encourage the women to come to your website, and we will have this on our archives page when you visit our website. So you'll be able to get that .com there, as well as on the Win-Win Women platform. So as we have been hearing such good info here with you, Inez, I want to encourage you, our viewing audience, to take a moment right now to write down some key points that stuck out to you personally in order to remember what we've learned and putting these things into practice. It's kind of like this set of gears here. We've got one gear down at the bottom, and as that gear starts to move, it has these far-reaching effects on gears that it doesn't even seem to touch. But because of the way our lives are so interactive, then we can get those gears in motion and make an action plan. But it all starts with writing it down. So that is how one movement will lead to another. And we here at Momivate encourage you to activate your gears and make far-reaching positive changes. This half hour has gone by so fast, and it is time to end our recording and start our live interaction with our viewers. So if you've watched this as a recording, thank you for watching, and be sure to catch our live show every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, so you can participate also in the second half hour, where we continue the Momversation directly with you, unrecorded. We want to include you in the discussion, and that's how Win-Win Women TV is unique. We care, we connect, and we collaborate.